Another mission. Chance to attack the bandit headquarters. I'll do the defensive counter base areas first. Detect, intercept and negate enemy forces attempting to penetrate Steiner's base. I looked into the units disappearing thing, and it's pretty hard to find information about this game and that problem, but from the little that I did manage to find, it seems like it can be tied to, or at least it can be very common when you encounter enemy ECM units. I guess how that interacts with things can sort of bug things out. Much more common is sensor stops showing up enemy units. For that, the cure seems to be shut down and reactivate your mech, and it resets things. Others would be just try to, save the game and just load it so things get refreshed, things like that. But it just happens, and it seems like Liao units are the most likely, or more likely to cause that from happening from time to time. It's just one of those things that if you're working with a group of mechs, it's much harder to notice it happening. But not that I only have the one guy there. Immediately if something starts going a little bit wrong, it's a real goddamn problem. Protect base HQ, destroy all attacking forces. Capture sensor control, capture turret control. I'd like something a little bit faster here, but that means we'll have to, how the hell are we gonna destroy the enemies? I guess we could drop, if we can get enough resources, we could drop artillery pieces to help aid in the defense and let them take care of things. They're fairly powerful. If the enemy stops the fight, they can do a lot of damage. Emergency communication. Yellow Jacket Recon reports large numbers of Liao forces vectoring towards the Fetter sector. Anticipated target is base Ares. Eliminate all attacking Liao forces and safeguard base Ares headquarters. This sector also contains a sensor control with sensor tower network and a turret control. These are high-risk targets for the Liao offensive. Acquisition of these buildings are secondary objectives. I'd say they're primary for me, especially with the disappearing enemies thing. Otherwise, I'll be sitting blind and wondering where the enemies are going to come on. So I'd say capturing of the sensor tower is our first priority. After that, turret controls, because that's something we have to defend in order to maintain control. Alternatively, we can just dump an artillery piece there. Go capture it, dump an artillery piece there, so it will provide a little bit cover for our rear. In general, we'll need to find some ways to protect the turret controls. If I recall correctly, there will be several mech groups attacking in this. So it's going to be hard to keep the headquarters alive. We need to have a very deep defensive line so we can fail somewhere and still have a chance. Mine layer also. We'll probably use one. I can't fight against multiple catapults, for example. A tactical officer notes. Looks like Renard's actions against Liao have sparked a powder keg. Liao and Steiner are openly attacking each other, and we've got mission assignments all over Carver 5. The commander of this base overextended his forces falling for a feint executed by bandit skirmishers. He's lost the sensor tower network and turret control protecting the northern section of a major road. Taking these back would give us an edge. We need at least one fast mech to capture these control buildings, but we'll also need some power to defend them afterwards, otherwise Leo forces will just recapture the buildings. A major offensive like this, expect to see some Raven battle mechs. Ravens are equipped with ECMs, which will jam our sensors. I can already feel the joy.
New battle mechs available.
What's the new one? Maybe it was one of the smaller ones. I don't know. Really care. Do we have extra mix? We can't use the life mech. That's great for capturing, but we can't maintain the locations, so it's medium to assault. Jump jet capability would probably be great. This time maybe I should go close range. I know I'm a long range specialist, but we might need to overwhelm enemies quickly, and I'm not sure we can do that at long range. Alone maintain the long range against the enemy. Heavy autocannon specialty. That'd be nice. Huge damage, not all that big of a rate of fire. Had to be Ultra AC or some kind of clan version before it's really good. It's too slow. You could put a huge amount of armor on that, and can't jump, and problems. Highlander is fairly. You can heavily armor it, a lot of heat, jump jet, so the question is what type of weapon to go for. How about the Zeus? I'm thinking of ways to getting a good long range mech. Zeus is fairly fast, that's why I'm leaning towards Zeus. It's a nice punch with the PPCs. Extended range lasers aren't all that much worse, and they don't generate quite as much heat. They're lower damage, but their rate of fire is faster. PPCs would be better. For extended range PPCs. It's like the best setup ever made. 5 extended range weapons. More armor. If this isn't the greatest mech ever built, I don't know what it is. Yes. This is terrible. This is the worst piece of crap I've ever seen. Okay. Laser specialist. Ooh. Would a laser specialist and a long range specialist combined allow us to use extended range lasers to very accurate shots? I mean, I think it will be once we get sharpshooter, but at the moment I'm not so sure. This is a terrible mech though. Absolutely god awful. The bigger problem is that I think we're going to face naturally a lot of LEAO units which have long range capability, or quite a lot of long and medium range, and catapults. So again, long and medium range. So if we're gonna make a mech that just fights at long and medium range, we don't really have all that much of an advantage. We're just going to try to outshoot them and outlast them. And I'm not sure that's all that great of an idea. I'm going to modify this to make a close range first. I'm not sure what weapons I'm gonna put in there. Again, close range, close range, close range. Might as well put lasers because we're good at using them. Pulse lasers would have a bit more damage. The lasers give us accuracy, so we'll hit more often with them. But at close range, with a good pilot, I think we might be hitting regardless. Pulse lasers would do more damage. They have lesser per hit damage, but their rate of fire is quite a bit higher. How much is that? That's 12 lasers. There's just one problem. We don't really have anything to put in the last point. So 2 lasers. This is terrible, but can I... Oh, I'll give it a shot. Okay, this is close range, definitely. I don't recall the mission well enough to know is the close range or long range approach better. We'll go with the close range, but if it doesn't work at all, we'll go with the long range.